Last week we cut our trip short due to dead batteries, and this week we get new ones. We decided we were done with the normal life, and set out to turn our lives into an adventure. This is our story. The good, the bad, and the crazy. Join us as we sail, explore, and share our mistakes along the way. Welcome to the Wayward Life. Where you going all the way to? So here we are back on the boat in the marina. Because we came back yesterday because our batteries are dead and we need new batteries. So now we're on to the process of trying to find new batteries so that we can actually have a battery bank that works so that we can be off grid for the summer. We have a good amount of solar to recharge the batteries, but the batteries don't hold the charge once they've been charged. So
Yep.
So yesterday when we were hauling up the anchor, we actually ran out of juice and had to haul it up by hand to get it out of the mud. And that's scary. We don't ever want to be in that situation or be able to not start the engine or whatever else. So having strong batteries is very important. And these batteries are bad just because they've been sitting at the dock for so long without being used. So it's a pretty normal thing to have happen. That's our next project, is sourcing new batteries. It's nice to be back at a safe dock with power, but we'd much rather be out on anchor. So the faster we can do that, the happier we're going to be.
I'm just wondering if you guys could price out some new ones because these ones are toast. Calling around to battery shops pricing out batteries, and I just got a return call from Sask Battery, which is a ways away from here, but where they seem to have the best prices. Like even with shipping, it's still gonna beat anybody local. Mm-hmm. And he said that the Optimas are probably not the right battery for what we need, which is interesting.
And the Optimas are what we have right now.
Yes.
And Sask Battery is where these batteries were originally purchased from, so that's why we called them.
That's right. Yeah, so they gave me some other options, so I need to do some research now and figure out whether we're going to go with 6-volt AGMs for more amp hours or 12-volt AGMs also, or 12-volt gel cell, which is the same difference. But they also have almost double the amp hours as the Optimas. So yeah, got lots of research to do.
Yay, research! All the fun. We ended up purchasing 6 Security brand AGMs. This brand is often used in security lighting in buildings, so we hope that this means that it will last a long time. So the day has come when we are going to put in the new batteries. Logan's just getting everything ready, turning everything off, all the electrical stuff. And then I guess we get to start hauling stuff out, hey?
Pretty quick, yeah. Well, that's new.
What the hell's beeping? Oh.
Because it's got no power to it.
The battery's dying on it. Weird.
God damn it. Everything's off except for the solar controller, but it runs off the battery, so. It's gonna be a fun day listening to that.
So Logan got to work on loosening off the battery connections and getting things ready for the new batteries.
I'm ending up having to shorten some cables and make some longer cables just to move some stuff around. I'll show you what I did in here. I installed a positive bus bar just because I had too many cables and they're all trying to go to one battery post and it wasn't going to work out. So I have a negative bus bar in already.
but there wasn't a positive bus bar, so that's what I've installed. Show you here. So that's what that guy is. So instead of all these cables going down to the battery, there will be one cable coming from the battery up to here, and then I'll have all my power drawn off of there. So in order to do that, I've had to shorten and lengthen some cables. So I've got my cable here, I've got my cable end, and I just push those on like that. Got my heat shrink here ready to go on, and I have my battery crimper. Probably not the best one to be using in this scenario, but it's what I got. So I usually give it a couple of good whacks. Oh, man. And that crimps the end on. Then I heat shrink it, and this one will come up and go over to one of these, just like that. Bit of a tight spot to work. So now I just have all of these to figure out, because they'll all go to the positive bus bar as well. And I have to make a new cable for this guy because it is a bit short. That one's for our windlass, so I'll be putting in a larger cable and a longer cable. Anyways, back to work.
This is our battery bank, how it is wired. We have our house batteries, and then we have a start battery. So I installed a positive bus bar. So from here, it draws off of house 1 positive, and then all the loads come off of here. So then the batteries, the house batteries, are all connected in parallel, and on the negative side, they draw off of H5.
And everything else, like everything but the engine, runs off the house batteries now, right? Like the windlass too?
Yes, everything runs off of there. That's where the bus bars come in. So there's a negative and a positive bus bar, and all the loads are attached to that, and not to directly to the batteries, so that when there is a load, it draws from all of the batteries equally that way, and it doesn't draw one down more or less than the others. So when I installed them, I made sure that they were all the same voltage exactly, so they should all charge and discharge equally now, more or less.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to get good battery life. And we're going to test that.
Cool. Luckily for us, the new batteries had handles, which made it a lot easier for us to move them around.
They're all in their boxes.
Can you shine the light on that box? Cool.
And ready to be wired.
Sweet. Okay, are we going to wire first?
No,
or
we're going to eat
first?
dinner.
Okay.
It'll be a while wiring that up. And then once I'm wired, I've got to start changing shit. So far there's no smoke, so that's good. It has taken way longer than I thought it would to do this job.
Yeah, what time did we start at this morning? By we, I mean you. 10 o'clock?
Maybe 10.
So it's been 10 hours.
But you should see how awesome this looks under here.
It's too dark.
Well, I mean, there's some wires that need cleaned up for sure, but...
Here, does that help? Can you see with the camera?
Yeah. Like, look at the battery connections and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
that one's a little bit nuts, but because I didn't have enough room, I have to make another negative bus bar. Bulk charging, 26 amps.
So that's it. All the power's back on. Good job, Logan. Refrigerator. How you feeling?
Relieved. The heater's running. We have lights. Fridge is on.
We got a refrigerator and some warmth finally. Oh, it was getting cold.
Yeah, it was starting to get cold.
It's raining.
It is like 9:30.
No, it's 8:30.
8:30. Oh, it's 8:30.
8:37.
So yeah, 10 hours later. Happy with the wiring.
Yeah.
Not gonna touch it again.
Knock on wood.
Time for a victory beer.
I spent all day writing in a notebook like a peasant because my computer was dead. That's the first time since I think I was in university, which is like 10 years ago, that I've actually written in a notebook for more than, I don't know, a few sentences. I've been writing articles for CTO's newsletter, so that's what I was trying to put together. And now they're in an actual paper notebook written down because I couldn't access Word because my computer was dead and my cell phone was pretty much dead, so.
Also this. Thinking.
Well, this is day number 2 after installing the batteries. So yesterday we let them charge up for most of the day till the point that they were fully charged and we could accurately read what their battery percentage was. They were like in float and all good to go, and we turned the shore power off at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock yesterday. And so we had solar going and then just the batteries, and I ran the inverter for my computer and a Milwaukee battery, as well as us running the heater, having our phones plugged in and everything. Sun set around 7:30. And this morning I wake up and our battery is still at 93% and our voltage has not dropped at all. So it looks like Logan did it. He wired the batteries correctly, and now we actually have a working battery bank, which is super exciting because that means we can go out sailing and not worry about the fact that we won't be able to get the motor running the next morning. So, yay! Woo! Logan just got up. Pretty exciting. Yeah. So we're hoping to leave either tomorrow or I guess Sunday. Probably tomorrow if all goes as planned. And we'll go out for a couple of weeks. So, yeah. We're stoked! 93%. Woot woot! So excited. Join us next week when we start to head south with our biggest seas yet and arrive at beautiful Tribune Bay. And as always, thanks so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. And thank you for all of your comments. We read and reply to every single one of them.